Would someone please think of the polar bears?
This has soaked up so much capital. The function of this tool is to facilitate standard business. It's not to be the business.
Have you heard of Neo, the robot they created?
The tool has suddenly become the goal. Government regulation isn't keeping up. And the thing is, it's only moving faster, and government regulation isn't. It isn't.
And it's concerning me because... Okay, so we did the episode about AI.
Yes.
And now, this is me humble brag. Fareed Zakaria, I was watching him today on Scott Galloway's pod. He said the same stuff as me.
See, he censors himself.
He said the same stuff as me, and
yeah, but that shouldn't surprise you.
Well, anyway, at least it tells me what I was thinking is not out there.
I already knew that.
There's definitely an AI space race, and they have to let these guys go. Similarly, there's the whole the whole bubble around like all these guys investing in each other. So it's like me walking up to Zamir and be like, "Hey Zamir, I sell candy. Here's £100. Come to my candy shop and buy £100 worth of candy," and then my profits go up. That just doesn't make sense.
That's literally it.
And that's literally what these guys are doing at a massive scale.
Yeah.
And that's freaking me out.
But we've already discussed
is this
that.
the AI bubble thing?
It was the AI bubble.
Yeah,
with
this is what you were telling me
NVIDIA, right?
about. Yeah.
Because
I was so unaware of this. I was like, yeah, NVIDIA flying up. I'm going to invest in this stock, and I was like, do you know what? Like, I know Al does a lot of investing. Just I've heard you speak about it in the past. So I was like, let me message Al and just see. Let me get a second opinion. And they told me about all this bubble stuff, and I was like, wow, okay.
It's not just the money going back and forth. It's the board seats. It's everything. I mean, it's so incestuous. It's
insane, and it's
almost criminal.
concerning me because we are all affected by this, and it's important, and it's important in so many ways. One, in the short term, because we're affected by it. If the whole thing bursts, then we're like we're gonna hit a 2000 moment. But on the bigger scale, this is such a pivotal technology. It seems such a shame to let only a few companies control the whole thing, not really let ideas come through, and things to properly grow. And I think that's another reason why I think it's just a problem, because we could all be doing better. Would someone please think of the polar bears?
Have you seen that guy's just shorted NVIDIA again?
Yeah.
Same guy as a big short.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Burry,
right?
And that should tell you a lot.
So I know I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about another phrase. Damn it, this is going to turn into an episode about Ali's concern instead of the upside. But the other one is, not concerned. This is something I've noticed happening more, is this notion of AI slop. So like that's an actual phrase now. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. I've been seeing that a lot. No? Okay, if this becomes a trending thing and then Fareed Zakaria starts talking about it.
You heard it first here with Ali.
Yeah, or Mr. Beast or whatever. Yeah, it happened here first, all right? On the upside, recorded today, the 7th of November. So...
What is AI slop?
AI slop is just this unnecessary churn of crap stuff that is being just mass-produced by AI that has no proper value, and it's just... We're doing it because we can. And
I like that. We're doing it because we can, not because of any actual need. It has no value.
It has no utility.
Yeah, okay.
And it's being used, and what kind of like ticks me over it is because then I saw someone graffitiing this on a poster in the tube in the underground, and I was like, that is becoming a thing. I'm wondering if this is going to become part of the zeitgeist.
What did they graffiti?
They literally wrote, because someone, I won't say which company it was, but they had a poster. It was a clothing company, and in the background were a whole bunch of people, which were quite likely AI, and someone had graffitied all over it saying AI slop, pointing at the people in the background. And it's that. And so I'm worried about how we as people, as a commonwealth of people, deal with AI slop that filters through, because there's just so much of it. Because so off mic, we started playing. We were talking about how for our families we had started like playing around with turning stills into video and animating them like Harry Potter style, right? So that's okay. So that's kind of like it's moved into the retail space. So we're taking the investment phrasing, right? And I worry about once it moves through past that, and young people will really start engaging with it and really start using it. One, there'll be cool innovations that come up, but there's gonna be a lot of slop, like a lot of slop.
Yeah, but I'm less worried about that because I think we see that pretty much with every new technology that comes through. I think if you think about cameras onto phones, there's how many photos now exist that would never have existed
Yes,
whenever they were
I
on
don't
film.
disagree.
That for me, that playing is actually, I think, a really important point of us adopting it into our culture. So for me,
Yeah.
that doesn't worry me so much. I think if we appreciated the cost of it, because I don't think we do, right? That I agree with you. And the overall concern that you were talking about before about this incestuous nature of AI and the companies, I think for us, there are going to be issues around energy use is going to impact us, and we're not seeing that yet. That's going to. But more than anything, this has soaked up so much capital. So much capital that would
Could be
be
going
going to
elsewhere.
other
At
things.
like,
It
what,
needs
Nvidia at
to
like
be going
5
into other
trillion,
things.
right?
Yeah, and take away from the fact if you do have a bubble, as Leon was saying, and if that pops, how much impact that's going to have, because the stock markets, the main indexes, are now so their growth has been so concentrated on a handful of companies. That affects everyone. That worries me. But as a business owner, it's the fact that if you want to get any capital these days, you got to slap AI onto
or just
it.
people like actually just engaging in proper business of B2B sales. I've been talking to people who do B2B sales. Like,
Yeah, but this is
and it's a problem.
The function of this tool is to facilitate standard business. It's not to be the business.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's the problem.
So
The tool's taken over. This is like genuinely, if we talk about sort of like that whole thing, the guy selling axes during the gold rush or whatever. It's right. But gold was always the value, right?
Yeah.
You could get some utility from the axes. But here it's like the tool has suddenly become the gold. It's become the value. And for me, that's just crazy. We've lost perspective.
Yes.
That was a rant. Well, I was inspired to rant like you did.
Do you feel better?
Yeah.
the
Wow.
release. Dude, that's how good it was.
Alright.
Can I talk about one more thing on this
Yeah,
AI
yeah,
piece,
go.
though?
Please. I
Okay,
love that.
so one more thing on this AI stuff. Okay, have you heard of Neo, the robot they created?
No.
Okay, so there's this robot they created called Neo. Google it, guys. If you're listening to this on any device, just
We'll
Google
bring it up
Neo
on screen.
Neo robot. And it's this cool new robot. It's a humanoid robot. And what's cool about it? There's several things that are cool about it. One of them is, so Tesla's robot is like it's hard shell. It's a very Terminator-esque looking thing.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it there. So it's got like these humanoid and there's fabric. So here's the thing. Here's one of the initial difference. Okay. All of the other humanoid robots are very metallic. This is fabric. So it's soft skin.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not threatening. Those are like they're very masculine, very robotic, like cyborg kind of thing. The other thing about them is they're usually quite tall. This is like 5'6". It's relatively short.
Okay.
So it's not, again, doesn't come across intimidating. So here's my take on this. Firstly, it's supposed to do a whole bunch of things that you can do around the house, chores like dishes and that kind of stuff. Okay, but this is where it gets interesting.
It's already getting interesting, but go on.
Where it gets interesting is, one, when it hits something difficult, a human takes over. So they have someone on standby in a remote location through virtual reality, steps in and starts doing the task that it can't do. That hasn't
So it kind of like
figured out.
flags up. I've
Yeah,
hit
so
this.
flags,
Okay,
and then literally there's a human who's mopping,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
They're doing the task of the mopping, right? So
It's like a drone operator.
Now,
essentially.
let's say that becomes standardized. It's about $20,000. Okay, so let's say that becomes standardized.
Sure.
Apply that in a commercial large scale space. Leon's shaking his head.
This is. I'm just sorry. I've started recording my screen as well, so people can see this. Like It's like I'm buying. It's like I'm on Amazon buying something.
Yeah.
You can buy $499 a month to just buy a home robot.
It's a subscription. So you buy the robot and there's a subscription with it. Okay.
It's crazy.
So, but here's the thing. Apply that at a scale. If you apply that at scale, what that essentially means is, instead of having your tech support out of Bangalore doing tech work, you're going to have some dude who's going to be there wiping your windows.
Yeah.
Which is first gets me thinking, we are now moving from, because that's a logical next step. Okay, so the logic, like if you apply it when you're in a sales or everyday conversation, you're going to go, well, that makes sense because the robot can't do it, so a human takes over, and it's fine. Like you said, it flags up an issue, human takes over, the job gets done. Because right now we outsource our driving and all other stuff. Why not outsource the mopping, right, to some dude in a remote location?
Yeah.
And then you're going to go, let's outsource that at a large scale. So there's going to be where just massive rooms of people like doing mopping, sort of like telesales. But okay, so forgive me for anyone who's watching. You're gonna be like, this is gonna sound like a massive step. It's gonna sound like a really huge step. Okay, but for me, I can see how very incrementally we could get to this kind of like dystopian version where we can go, because this robot only has 4 hours of battery life. Okay, it sucks up lots of energy to do this
Currently.
stuff, right? So as the chips get better, it's going to last
Yeah.
long. But I can see a point
Unless
with
Apple makes it.
lots of steps. Yeah, well, there's lots of. I can see through steps incrementally us getting to the point where we've now outsourced labor, we outsource energy to humans. What do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is humans become the battery. So we start producing humans to be the battery for a whole bunch of things. So we've outsourced thinking, then doing, and then we outsource, and which is like a dystopian universe where you have like warehouses of humans and these kind of like embryos states that are just basically being used. They're the energy farms of humans. Massive step. Forgive me, I went to dystopia. We started off talking about something.
No, this is
very
terrifying. I've been watching while I've been speaking. There's a whole website, and they've got so many videos of it. And I'm just watching this old couple, oldish. Sat in they're a bit past middle aged. You guys are safe, but they're just sat in their living room chilling, and this robot's just walking behind them, vacuuming. Then he's carrying something around, and then he's like dusting.
Yeah.
Surely, like that's terrifying. If you know there's a robot walking around behind
It's funny. When we think
Oh,
about.
hold on a second. I mean, no. So I've got a robot vacuum cleaner. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not 5'6", whatever that is. But
This is the
I'm
thing.
just saying, is it really that different?
And this
Why?
is my point. This is a humanoid. That's like a.
You're going to show me the
Little thing.
video.
Look at this guy. That's terrifying.
It's just like, but we have a maid. Like, so what I'm thinking is, we already outsourced that. You have like some stranger comes into your house, does the cooking for you, looks after your children
Yeah.
for you, all these kind of things. Now we outsource it to a robot, and then it just incrementally, I can see this kind of like this breaking down. Anyway, and so we've jumped topics, and forgive me, we've gone from like AI bubble and microchips and NVIDIA through to like some crazy universe. But I'm just thinking it's interesting. And what I overall want to flag from this is as people who are watching this back, as part of the conversation, we should think, how are we going to instruct regulators to manage this? Because this is going to become like more and more. We haven't figured out social media. We haven't figured out at what age can you let kids on social media. We know it causes them damage, and we haven't figured out how to do that. The people who regulate it are the people who provide the software themselves. It's like smoking companies
I can't
saying,
disagree with you on that.
So-
But okay,
how do we figure out this?
well, no, I was going to say, but just counter to that argument for now, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you may bring someone in to do the cleaning in your house, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and as you said, it's like instead of necessarily owning a car, you get an Uber driver to drive you somewhere, or you're a bus driver. Fine. So my question is it really that bad a step to have this robot come in? And yes, okay, if it's hitting a problem, if someone in a remote location has to take over and show it how to do how to overcome this bit of mopping or whatever it is, I mean, that's creating. So my concern would be you bring the robot in, the cleaner loses a job. At least there is somewhat of a physical job for a human person.
some guy
somewhere.
out in South
So maybe that's a positive that actually relies upon that, and it's actually quite a clever.
job creation. Let's give the job.
Yeah,
let's-
but well, here's the thing. How long is it? So if we
don't
kind
know.
of play this forward, right, it's going to be, well, that at some point it's going to get good at cleaning windows and mopping.
Yeah.
It's not going to need that
And that
extra
guy's gonna
support.
run a job.
But no. But then they go as well, okay, well, what's a more challenging task for this robot to do? And then it's like, well, we need those people again, and we need them to do because this is a more challenging task. Probably something that then makes people think, wow, it's a more challenging task, more valuable.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so you can see this increasing. So for as long as we come up with new innovative ways for these tools to work, there will be this requirement for people to support
A
it.
man a few seconds ago on the same podcast said all technology gets used in these kind of like random ways, and I was going to very cheekily say they go to two ways. One is absolute like junk, and the other one is porn. It's basically like so there are two directions where all technology goes when it's first released.
I just have to say I think there are probably
and
several Black Mirror episodes that kind of go there.
Genuinely like concerned about, and so like I can. Anyway,
You
we're
I really don't think that's the channel we should particularly go down.
Yeah,
But
anyway.
I don't disagree with you. Yes, I
You
agree
could
with
send a robot to rob someone's house
oh heck yeah. So
then,
what
like-
the Louvre robbery gets done by
by a robot.
robots who are sitting in some virtual studio,
Yeah,
like you know.
you. Using some
Anyway,
something
this
to
is
conceal where
this is
they're at.
all
Yeah.
stuff that is like
This is in your mind at the moment.
no, but it's not too many steps. It's not step
No,
too far
I'm
away.
saying this is in your mind. This is what's worrying you at the moment, is because you're looking forward and you're seeing all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as a society, we haven't figured out the stuff we've already created. How are we going to figure out the stuff that we're creating now that's
think that's
moving so fast?
So within that, there's another conversation. The fact is that it's moving so fast, right? And we know that government regulation isn't keeping up. And the thing is, it's only moving faster, and government regulation isn't. It isn't speeding up in the slightest.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in a position very, very soon, if something doesn't change at that regulatory level rapidly on how they regulate things, that this is going to get even more out of hand very quickly.
Yeah. There's basically two things. So like there's these two underlying concerns that are running through my mind. One of them is this 1.5 degrees Celsius issue, environment.
Yes.
And the other one is this
Massive.
AI stuff. There's these two concurrently occurring at the same time that I'm
And they're going to
go-
converge.
And I don't want to be the chicken and be like the sky is falling. But
The sky's been falling for a while.
anyway.
Let's
so
get Greta on the pod.
yeah. What's that?
Let's get Greta on the pod.
Well, yeah, Greta, what are you up to? You want to walk over to London and we can have a chat on the pod. Right.
As we call this the upside, the positive side would be
The robot can do things for you.
The robot can do stuff.
Yeah. Or whatever your heart desires.
There's too many jokes. But what
no, it's worrying. It's true.
yeah. The upside. What's the upside in all of this? The upside is it's a new technology. There's new possibilities that come from new technologies.
Always.
Amazing. That part is awesome. Like emails just seem so much better
It's
now.
guaranteed disruption for the
Efficiencies.
next 5 to 10 years.
But-
So there you go.
We need to figure this out as a society. So let's wrap it there then. All right, guys. Stay awesome. One love.
Peace out. One love.